Describe Tanya Stephens in one word, if you
Oh
can.
my God.
You didn't hear that one yet, right?
Everything. Everything. I can't find
That's
another word.
big.
That's not weak. That's Tanya Stevens. Everything.
Everything.
I'm not limited by anything.
Okay.
And I can't find a one word. Which one word could I use? It wouldn't describe me properly.
Arguably one of Jamaica's most gifted songwriters and lyricists, the ever controversial Tanya Stephens is both loved and hated, admired and adored by many across the musical sphere for her edgy, hard-hitting, experience-driven, witty and often controversial lyrics. Her female fan base can only be rivaled by a few Jamaican artists, as she has developed a cult following down the years by championing women's rights. A poet, songwriter, lyricist extraordinaire, producer, guitarist, mother, and a controversial figure, the story of Vivienne Tanya Stephenson, OC Tanya Stephens, next on Jamaican Biography.
These streets don't love you like I do. You need to know that.
People fascinates me. Always have. Behind every big name Jamaican, I wondered what is their story, motivation, dreams and aspirations. I want some amazing facts, childhood memories, achievements and disappointments. I wonder where they get their drive. Jamaican Biography gives me all of that and more. Welcome to the journey.
Jamaica, 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 Jamaica.
Tanya Stephens. I'm from Jamaica. I'm an artist. I sing primarily reggae and dancehall with an influence from every other kind of genre.
Tanya Stephens, born on July the 2nd, 1973 in St. Mary, Jamaica as Vivienne Tanya Stephenson. She is an influential reggae artist who emerged in the late 1990s. Stephens grew up in St. Mary and St. Anne, attending Zion Hill and Orchard's primary schools and St. Mary High. She has 3 brothers and 3 sisters. One of her sisters is now deceased. She began recording in the mid-1990s for producers such as Dave Kelly and Philip Fatis Burrell. Stephens caught her big break in 1996 when her ladies' anthem, You Not Ready For This Yet, caused quite a stir and was later spotlighted on the Reggae Gold 1997 compilation. And soon after, she began working with such acclaimed producers as Barry O'Hare, Bobby Digital Dixon, Harvell Gaddafi Hart, along with Dave and Tony Kelly. Tanya Stephens was hailed as an intimidating rival to the lewd DJ Queen Lady Saw. In 1993, Stephens recorded a notable collaboration with Galaxy P, One Touch, that proved successful, although her notoriety seemed short-lived. Her initial foray into the recording business was interrupted by a sabbatical after the birth of her first child.
I see my daughter because I can't believe I have anything to do with the creation of this human.
With her distinctive style, Stephens soon returned triumphantly to the dancehall, and by 1996 her career was in full swing. She won critical acclaim when she appeared at Sting 95 and Pento Showcase. Her success led to the recording of an album for X-Rated and a series of successful singles including Hang Up the Phone, Man for Rule, Big Heavy Girl, 119, Nuff Man Flop, and Workout.
Inspired by life. If I wake up in the morning and I realize, I pinch myself, wow, I'm alive. I feel like I'm obligated to do something with the day. I have to do something because I'm alive.
Her big break came in 1996 with the Artiste, You Not Ready For This Yet, performed over Dave Rude Boy Kelly's infamous Joyride Rhythm. You Not Ready For This Yet brought her to the attention of the Jamaican public, and she had further success with singles such as Jaw For Me Finger, Freaky Type, and Cry and Ball. Her notoriety was later enhanced by the reggae chart topping Big Ninja Bike, produced by Harvell Hart and the Annex Crew. Her debut album, Big Things Are Gone, was released in 1994, featuring Yami Bolo on a cover version of Susan Vega, Tom's Dinner, and President Brown on the remix of the title track. Her second album, Too Hype, followed in 1997 and Rough Rider a year later. Stephens also contributed backing vocals to Garnet Silk's 1998 release, Journey.
And of course, if you didn't have challenges, you'd never grow. You know, that's what we use to build muscles. If you don't lift weights, you don't get the muscles. You know, you have to put some amount of pressure on you to be able to develop, to grow.
She moved to Sweden, where she signed a record label with Warner Music Sweden and recorded the 2001 Marcy Gray style pop album with two Swedish producers, Emil Gotthard and Peter Kattiers, entitled Syntoxicated. After recording a series of alternative rock tracks and unhappy with her new direction, she returned to reggae in 2004. After returning to Jamaica, she released the critically acclaimed Gangsta Blues album in 2004 with its big hit single Boomwalk. Her album Revolution was released in August 2006 with female empowerment as its focus, and the first single, These Streets, was a #1 hit in the Caribbean, staying on Tempo's chart at #1 for more than 4 weeks.
Well, it's my 6th album, but it's kind of a continuation. If you had Gangsta Blues before, then you know that I kind of stepped away from the everything that's typical of dancehall. And if you don't have it, then get it, and you'll know that I'm talking about.
The album was totally sold out in Jamaica and other parts of the Caribbean. The track Come a Long Way is a dedication to black leaders, and the track entitled Rosa is a tribute to Rosa Parks. In 2007, Stephens was awarded a scholarship by Resource Development International to study for a business management degree via the internet from the University of Sunderland. Her next album, Infallible, was released in 2010, initially given free with the Jamaican-based German magazine Rhythm. It was then made available for free download for more than a year.
Places and bricks with money, but no social praises. Tired of being judged for the style of my hair, and the music that I listen and the clothes that I wear. I'm tired of life and death being sold as a pair, and politicians who keep saying they care.
Her early material was lyrically typical of dancehall and drew comparisons with Lady Saw, along with whom she was proclaimed the top female artist in Jamaica in 1998 by the Washington Post, but later developed beyond what she called the same old 4 topics to reality themes and even lyrics critical of homophobia.
Expect me to exceed your expectations. Expect me to surprise you, to do what you didn't think I would have done or never thought of anybody doing, you know.
Social scientist Clinton Hutton said of her, she is very intuitively intelligent and deftly tackles relevant social issues. In a talk in 2011 at the University of the West Indies, she urged her fellow artists to be more socially responsible and spoke out against the objectification of women in dancehall lyrics and the promotion of bigotry and the violation of human rights, saying the music that once spoke to and spread messages of peace and love now merely judges, condemns and provokes. Her song Still Alive deals with discrimination against people with HIV, and it was used in a television campaign dealing with the issue.
What have you empathized? Walk a mile in my shoe. Do what you want, but do. If the afflicted was you, how can you watch me live in pain? If your love could heal me, you touch me every day. How can you not feel me after everything I gave? I give and leave your own digging my grave while I'm still alive. Every day I live, I'm alive.
Tanya broke the news in 2016 that she was raped, for which she was hailed as a hero on social media after opening up about being raped over 2 decades ago. In a lengthy and emotional post on her official Facebook page, she detailed how she was violated twice, first at age 17 and then at 19. I was first raped at age 17 by someone many of you glorify. I watch you call him a good man, and I hear you demonize me for talking about rape too much. I did not report it because I knew exactly what you all would say. Why would he rape me? He was popular and I was a nobody then. Plus he had proclaimed himself my big brother, and when I was told I was too young to be hanging out at studios, he came and reassured my big sister I would be safe, the post said. Stephens revealed that, like many victims, she did not report the violations to the police, especially because one of the persons who violated her was the son of a law enforcement officer. She said she chose to bury the memories, trying her best to move on with her life. The singer spoke in details about her horrific experiences and the struggle she faced with trying to come clean to family and friends about her ordeal. The pain and trauma was unknowingly to fans skillfully and lyrically explained to the public in Tanya's 2010 released Infallible album in the track entitled No Means No.
Say no, oh, oh, Lord, I say no, you hear yes. I say no, and you hear yes. I swear it's gotta be some kind of sickness.
In recent times, Stephens has become very outspoken on social, political, and economic issues related to Jamaica, calling out many Jamaicans in the process.
You see this? Green and orange, the whole season. Jamaican people are stupid. It's when election done, or no still poor. That's I want to know.
She seems fearless, frank, upset, and frustrated in these public outbursts.
President Prime Minister was there. My vote for him, you know. But don't think I don't know that is. Then it cannot be okay for you to tell a gay person they can't be gay. It's the same thing. It's the same. Not everything is about you.
She, however, does not pay much attention to the public backlash she often receives for these utterances.
I don't care what you assume about me. I don't care. That's your business. That it's in your mind, and it's your mind is your space. I'm not even coming into your mind to try and tell you what to think about me. That is what I feel about how you think.
She is and has always been controversial in both her music and public outcries, and it doesn't appear that she will be changing anytime soon. Tanya is a revolutionary, a radicalist who has decided to not remain enslaved by the constraints and dictates of traditions or expectations of others. She does what she wants and what she thinks is right, irrespective of the populace view. She is an advocate of freedom of speech and individual rights to choose. She is a staunch defender and supporter of the LGBT movement in Jamaica, much to the disgust and dismay of many of her fans. She continues to blast politicians for their misuse and abuse of the nation's resources for personal gain and the injustices meted out to women and children.
I hung out with the kids at the health fair, and then I had a workshop with some ladies and had some very potent discussions. And it turns out to sound like I'm advocating for women, but the truth is, my perspective is female. I'm a female, so my perspective automatically becomes female. So it's not as if I set out to be a hero or anything.
Stephens' first child, Kelly, was born in 1994. She has not been public about her family life, but she and her life partner, producer Andrew Henton, has together co-founded the Tarantula record label. She once accused American rapper Lil Kim of plagiarism regarding the song Dirty and asked for all rights to the song. Most persons have suggested that she is now a public commentator and no longer an artist whose lyrical ingenuity is going to waste, and have told her many times to hit the studios instead of social media. Love her or hate her, no one can deny her the right of being easily the most gifted female writer and lyricist in the history of Jamaican music.
See, you get more angry about people's differences, especially of opinions, than you do about rapists, thieves, murderers, child molesters. Those are the pedophiles that you keep redefining and giving them room to wiggle out of.
Rivaling and surpassing many of her male counterparts.
I think definitely, hands down, the hardest thing is being taken seriously as the men. A male artist could make one mediocre song and be considered a real artist immediately. And he might never ever do another even mediocre song ever again, but he'll still be considered a real artist.
She is intelligent, witty, and amazingly in tune with the reality facing the country. She is a musical phenomenon, and despite not releasing any major body of work for the past few years, you would be mistaken to think that this genius is finished with music. I get the distinct feeling that Vivienne Tanya Stephenson's story is far from being complete, and she will continue to stir our mind, provoke our thoughts with her lyrical genius for years to come.
Them violate we when we weak and on a vice. And when we learn to speak, them still thief we franchise. A muzzle and a gag and a hope we think twice. Pass the ketchup, make we yam them like fries. Can't get no justice, machine for rise. Book up, we need some new nice. More joyful than when them a look up in the skies. Me a go and charge me zappa fi whop them like flies. A them call we road. Watch it make we eat some of the.
Thank you for watching the video. Drop a like and a comment down below, and consider subscribing if you haven't done so as yet. Until next time, walk good.